Real true story movies are becoming goddamn to think of past. Hope is a nice word, but it can drive a person insane looking for it. What if more movies were made on many true events happening around the world? Besides giving fun, when you really know that these things happen for real, it's going to give you more inspiration, shock, and thrill. Let's look into the untold story behind those films. Adrift, a true story of survival as a young couple's chance encounter leads them first to love and then throws them into an adventure of lifetime as they face one of the most catastrophic hurricanes recorded in history.
Hurricane Raymond has been upgraded to a Category 5.
Should we be worried?
Mayday! This is the sailing Amazonas, you copy!
I love you.
Get below! I'm not leaving you!
Get below now!
Now the untold true story. This is a real-life story of Tammy Oldham Ashcraft, who endured Hurricane Raymond in the Pacific Ocean in 1983. She battled 40-foot waves and survived at a sea for 41 days before being rescued. The film was shot in Fiji, and Woodley, who played the role of Ashcraft, did not know sailing. She had to learn it, but being a good swimmer, she could pull it off, and it was a great act.
We're gonna die out here.
The captain. When the windshield of his commercial airplane shatters, the captain takes it upon himself to maneuver 30,000 feet and brings home the passengers safely. His flight crew stand by him during these testing times with a smile on their face.
从飞行员到乘务员，我们每一个人都经历了日复一日的训练，就是为了能保证大家的安全。这也是我们这些人为什么在这架飞机上的意义。
请相信我们的机长，我们会一起回去。
Now the untold story. This happened in 14th May 2018.
A co-pilot sucked halfway out of a plane. That's what happened on this Sichuan Airlines flight on Monday after a cockpit windshield blew out, forcing the plane to make an emergency landing.
Lui Qian, a Xinjiang Airlines captain, brought 119 passengers and 9 crew members home safely after his plane's windshield cracked and shattered on its way from Chongqing in southwest China to Lhasa, and they forced him to do an emergency landing at Chengdu Xinglin Airport. The Highwayman. The film stars Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson as Frank Hammer and Manny Gold, two former Texas Rangers who tracked down two notorious criminals, Bonnie and Clyde, in the 1930s.
Bonnie and Clyde?
Texas Rangers.
This is an emergency alert. Police are not yet releasing details, but have stated that Bonnie and Clyde may have struck again.
This is a highly coordinated operation. Air surveillance. Your time's passed, cowboy.
What the hell is the world coming to? Used to be you had to have talent to get published. Now all you gotta do is shoot people.
Dressed in white.
She used her foot to turn him over so he could see what was about to happen.
Hi, sweetie.
This has gone far enough. I'm gonna take them down.
What a fine idea.
Now the untold story. This is a story of legendary detectives who brought down Bonnie and Clyde. The filming took place around Louisiana and several historic sites, including the road where Bonnie and Clyde were killed. Watch this film for Kevin Costner's special acting.
How many bullets you got in you?
16, I think.
Might be good to have a doctor look at you sometime.
Might be good to have a doctor look at you sometime. because I was covering you.
Hachi, A Dog's Tale. A music professor, Richard Jerry, finds an abandoned dog and takes him home. Over a period of time, he forms an unbreakable bond with the dog. A dramatic story of a dog's devotion is very emotionally, intensely captured in this film. Now the untold story. The Hachiko real story begins between Hachiko and his owner, Hidensbro Yuno, who was a Japanese professor of agriculture at a university of Tokyo. The two fell into a daily routine of walking together to Shibuya train station, and Yuno would pat Hachiko goodbye before getting into the train for work. After Hachiko's death, a bronze statue of Hachiko was created outside Shibuya station as a tribute to the dog. Further, one of the train lines in Japan is also called Hachiko Lines.
When I hear about my grandfather, Nahachi, I feel like I know him. They taught me the meaning of loyalty, that you should never forget anyone that you've loved.
Richard Jewell. Clint Eastwood's Richard Jewell tells the true story of an Atlanta security guard who becomes a prime suspect in the bombing at 1996 Olympics before ultimately being cleared by law enforcement. Now the true untold story. Richard Jewell, portrayed by Paul Walthoser, had to meet Barbara Bobby Jewell, the mother, and learn the mannerisms of Richard Jewell from her. He had to put weight to look like Richard Jewell. After seeing him act, she said, "You look like Richard and you're doing things like him." This was an ultimate approval. Unfortunately, Richard Jewell died before the film. My man, if you like this type of movies, then connect with us through your comments and set the subscription on. We keep sending this type of quality films to watch every week. Appreciate your likes and support.